Hello and welcome to Anxious at Bedtime. I'm one host, Cash,
And I'm Monica.
and together we're anxious at bedtime. You got anything new and cool?
I was about to ask you.
The only thing I got is that one, you know, UAP UFO that they were talking about that was in space that is coming toward Earth.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling it three eye or Atlas. So they're talking about it could be the blue star Kachina. You remember you mentioned the Hopi Nation in Arizona on previous episodes? The Hopi Nation, the indigenous tribe?
Which episode?
I don't remember. Like, I don't remember the catalog of each episode that we mentioned each thing.
Oh.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure we covered them a little bit in some folklore. They presume the end of the times is coming with a random blue light across the sky, like a blue star. And that's kind of what this thing is giving, is blue lights. But the three-eye atlas that they're saying is coming toward Earth, it's also giving blue light that the Hopi said is that one of the signs of the end of the Earth. And then with all these random catastrophes that keep happening, the random tsunamis, the flash floods, it's crazy biblical times. I just want to bring that up. It's weird.
It is weird, yeah.
But I think a lot of this stuff also happens all the time, and it's just more prevalent in our faces because of the rise of social media and people being able to share so much so widely.
That probably is pretty fair, yeah.
That was all I had.
That's weird.
Well, I just mean like this is like the 58th time that there's been an end of the world
Mm-hmm, exactly.
from my lifetime at least.
But that is still weird. Especially because it's like multiple things lining up together.
Exactly. I really hope all those random ass fucking black bugs in the middle of the desert that I saw weren't just a shit ton of locusts. Because that's biblical too.
That is biblical. But to be fair, I think it was during 2020 there was like a bunch of locusts that were seen everywhere, remember?
Yeah, I remember that kind of.
Yeah. It was somewhere around there. And people were freaking out about it being the end of times because there was like a locust boom in like population all over the US.
Was it the locusts? It wasn't the, what are those fucking noisy ass ones? The
Cicadas.
cicadas.
Maybe it was cicadas and people were like, but maybe they were wrong about what bug. Something like that. I
think
just
it was
remember
the
people
cicadas.
freaking out.
And
Yeah.
that's when I found out people eat them shits, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Ugh. Yeah, people eat them. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, I think it's enough.
I mean,
for
I'm not
me.
trying to yuck your yum, but ugh.
It's yuck.
No, I'm yucking
Our
it.
yum.
That's fucking
Our
disgusting.
what? It's yucky to us,
Yeah,
but you do
disgusting.
you.
Please stop. Unless that's how you're knocking down the population. I mean, you keep going, but don't try to fucking get me. No, thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah.
Pretty cool that, I get to live through another end of time. I feel fucking invincible at this point. It's pretty cool.
I am exhausted from it, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't mind just a year of like nothing. No once in a lifetime news events, no catastrophic stuff. Yeah, I would love that. Just one calm year. But anything else?
No.
No?
Nuh-uh. Kevin, shut up. That's better.
Do you want to come say hello, Kevin? You got a story to tell? Kevin?
He just wanted to be in your arms.
I think so.
All right, let's keep going.
Aye.
Yeah, he's going to pet himself with the mic.
Okay, well then I guess we'll just get into the episode.
All right.
So, we were supposed to do a movie review, but I think we're going to shift gears because I was researching next week's episode and I found something that made me want to cover next week's episode today.
Oh.
We are finally doing our Zak Bagans episode. Not on Zak Bagans himself, the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas.
Oh, I went there.
You did.
I didn't meet Zak Bagans, but he was on every TV in the vicinity.
And there was a TV in every room.
There was a TV in every 8 inches.
Yeah.
Like, they were everywhere.
Yeah, so we'll start with some of the history, okay? The Haunted Museum was originally a house that was built for Cyril S. Wengert and his wife Lottie.
I bet it was.
He was a banker, and they were basically Vegas royalty during the 1930s and 40s.
I hear that, player.
If you take just like the movie version of the 30s and 40s, That sounds so great. 1930s Vegas royalty.
Allegedly. Their skyscrapers were only like 3 stories.
Yeah, but could you imagine? Like, some people are still riding around in, like, horse and buggies, and then there's
Yeah.
neon signs.
Imagine having to take a fucking horse and buggy all the way to Vegas.
And...
Oh my gosh.
No, they lived in Vegas.
Yeah, they would have to.
But could you imagine, like,
Having to take your fucking wagon to Vegas?
But you saw how wowed I was when we went to Vegas the first time. Could you imagine if I'd never seen anything like it at all? I'd never seen neon lights. I've never seen paved roads.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like. I took you out of fucking rural ass Oregon. What are you talking about? Yeah.
It was not like that.
I mean, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But still, like, ugh, I can only imagine.
You were like, wow, what's that?
Yeah.
And I was like, that there? That's a freeway. You see how there's more than 2 lanes on each side going in each direction?
Do you remember how excited I was the first time I went to a parking garage?
You were not excited. You were terrified.
Oh, yeah. When we were going up the little hills, I still don't understand how cars fit in there, but whatever.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool, yeah.
Back to the story. If you look into Vegas history, the Wengerts' name pops up all over the place, and they even had an elementary school named after them in their honor.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a big deal. The house itself is beautiful. Built in 1938, it's a Tudor revival-style mansion with dark wood beams, a steep sloping roof, exposed stones. It looks genuinely like something straight out of a fairy tale.
Kinda, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. It's gorgeous, especially in contrast to the neon lights of Las Vegas. I love it. And it still looks like that today.
I mean, at a distance, yeah.
At a distance? What do you mean?
To see all the lights, because we were up close when you're at the building, and you can't see the lights. You just see the fucking,
Yeah.
Oh.
But for being such a famously haunted place, it's incredibly hard to find any real information on it. They gave us a lot during the tour, especially when it first started, but you're not able to record or take pictures, and I didn't retain most of the information.
Well, they hurdled us pretty quickly, too.
Yeah, very quickly. But I wish I had taken in, like, a journal and pen so I could write stuff down.
I don't think you would have had time.
I don't think so either, but they did tell us there was one family, it might have been the Wengerts, I'm not completely sure, maybe you remember. But one family that lived there had a child that passed away, and allegedly their other child would play with that sibling.
No, it was a famous person.
Was it a famous person?
Yeah, famous person. Her family used to do, like, seances in the basement. Remember?
Well, yeah, I didn't know it was a famous person. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, famous person's family.
But, yeah, at some point, there were rumors of a satanic cult working out of the house. At the museum, they really lean into the lore that the cult would do sacrifices in the basement. And allegedly, Zak Bagans' mom's friend has went on record saying that I guess people used to, like, sneak into the house because it was the scary house,
Yeah.
And she saw in the basement a pentagram.
So, I do actually remember. The family that used to do the seances and the rituals in the basement, allegedly it was Jenna Jameson, the porn star, her family in the 70s when she was a little kid.
Oh.
That's who it was, the porn star Jenna Jameson. That's when we were in that little area with the basement. That's what the dude was talking about.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I heard that at all.
Yeah. That's why they had a little fucking picture of her over in the corner with that TV. Anyways.
Fast forward to 2016. Zak Bagans bought the property because of all of the haunted rumors. But like I said...
and then he moved more haunted bullshit in there?
Yeah, but
allegedly.
But it seems like it was all just rumor. Like, I struggled to find any, like, documentation or even, like, just newspaper articles talking about any of the actual hauntings. Couldn't find any of that. Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's just what they talk about while you're in there.
Yeah. It almost gives the vibe of, like, I don't think this is real, but, like, they scrubbed the internet so that you have to pay to learn the information.
I mean, that does cover how it feels.
Yeah.
Because, like, anybody who's been there, they can attest that, like, there's really nothing on the internet before you go, and then after you go, it's very minimal.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they don't allow photography and recording after you leave the main little lobby place, but, I mean, that's still wild, but
Yeah.
I guess to keep it interesting so people don't see it online and still have to go in. So still,
Yeah, it's very like hush hush because even just I was trying to find some of the like rooms that we saw. No information of the rooms, not even on the website.
well, some of them get changed depending on what he buys and
That
gets in
too,
there. Yeah.
yeah. But it's just really weird. So I wish I took better note or something.
Yeah. Because you know me, I got an incredible memory. In about 10 years, I'll remember all of it.
We'll do an update.
Yeah.
Zak Bagans did do a lot of renovations to make it museum ready.
He put an air conditioner in it.
Yeah, where?
There was an air
I
conditioner
know.
in every room. You could tell.
We'll talk about we'll hit
Yeah,
those
yeah,
more,
yeah.
yeah. He did a lot of renovations and I'm very thankful like I said that he didn't mess with the outside Tudor style.
I am still questioning where the fucking kitchen was. Which
They
one of
had to
those
have
rooms was a kitchen?
they had to have taken it out.
Well, I know, but which one was the kitchen?
I feel like it was probably the first room.
Maybe.
That's where I would put a kitchen, is by the door. But Zak Bagans did report that during the renovations, crew members would quit on the spot because they'd be so scared by things that happened. Some crew members ran away out of fear. Of course, since the museum opened, there have been tons of reports from visitors and staff of all sorts of weird activity happening. Basically, all the normal stuff: cold spots, people getting angry, unexplained voices, haunted objects moving on their own. But I have mixed feelings on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, first of all, I'm not discrediting anybody that says they had a paranormal encounter. I believe that. I also believe that perhaps, allegedly,
Perhaps allegedly.
Zak Bagans might be trying to make people feel like they're having hauntings.
Kind of leaning into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding the theory that it might be happening.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it is.
And I'm sure stuff does still happen. Like
Absolutely.
you can't have this place where everyone comes in with all of this energy that, oh no, something's going to happen, something scary is here. And all of the haunted objects, like you're not going to never experience anything in
Right.
that type
And
of
nothing
situation.
to ever yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I am very perceptive to temperature changes.
Yeah.
It was very apparent to me and you, I know, that certain rooms, as they would be like telling a story, they would turn on an air conditioner or crank up the heater or pump in different smells like cigarette smoke.
I could see those little scent boxes. I
Yeah.
wish I remembered what the brand was because I was looking at those in almost every single room. And
Yeah.
I was trying to remember because they smelled so good.
Yeah.
They worked very well.
They did, which I thought it was great because I'm a sucker for like an all senses encompassed experience.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it really makes something more fun and more memorable if all of your senses are working together. But yeah, it was just weird that they were like, oh, and sometimes at this bar, you would smell her lilac perfume, and then all of a sudden there'd be a lilac perfume scent in the room, like that type of thing. It's cool. It's weird.
So I don't think that those scents were pumped in at that time like
No.
that. No, I think it was just all those scents that were plugged in that I was looking at. I think all those were at the same time, but when he pointed out smells, it made it more apparent of what you were
Oh,
smelling. So it was a little
maybe.
bit more obvious of, oh yeah, that's her
That's
lilac
lilac.
perfume kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
That makes
So the
sense.
smell part, that one, and then yes, I do think that they were turning on fans. I think that those were maybe not necessarily by words. I think maybe timers.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think it's a lot of timers, and that's kind of why
probably.
they're timed tours, not just for structure, because again, they didn't time how long the VIPers were in each VIP area.
That's
He
true.
said go as long as you want, so it's not about that time. I think it's for the air, for the temperature changes.
Yeah.
But go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. Um, like I said, I found out some stuff, so I'm a little extra cynical than I was right after we did this.
I'm always skeptic.
Yeah.
I am
We're
always a skeptic.
optimist skeptics. We like to believe.
I believe you. I just don't believe bullshit. What?
I don't know. But another thing, they really, really pump into you that
They didn't pump shit into me. No, nobody pumped into me. Just don't fucking no. Let that be on record. No.
okay, they push the story that the museum is so haunted that guests are constantly fainting.
Oh yeah, people pass out like the Winchesters in there.
Meanwhile, it is Vegas. A lot of people are drinking. It's 100 degrees every day. And in the museum, they keep it so gosh dang hot. Like I said, there are a few rooms where you can feel they turn on the air conditioner.
Oh yeah, those are nice. I could feel the fan in some of those hallways, and that
Yeah.
was nice. That's where I was trying to stay when the guy's like, "Hurry up!"
Yeah. But for the most part, so many rooms, even when they don't have a heater on for the story of it all, it's so hot and it's so stuffy. I don't remember seeing a single goddamn window. It's cool because it's full of stuff. It's full of artifacts, like floor to ceiling, not a single empty space.
Yeah, no blank spaces, Taylor.
But they pump a fog machine nonstop, so you're constantly breathing in hot, muggy fog machine air. You can't bring in water. You
Yeah,
can't.
that was the shitty part. You
Yeah.
can't bring in water, and you got to go all the way back to the beginning to get a drink from the water fountain or to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the birds.
For the birds. Yeah, so that part kind of sucked. And it was like, I don't know, it just feels like you're choking on air the whole time.
So I'm not trying to, shit talk you or downplay you at all. But it wasn't that bad. Like, for
The
you,
breathing?
you don't like that.
You're a
Yeah.
smoker.
Yeah. Well, ex-smoker, all right?
I'm not.
Anyways.
So
but
I
yeah,
felt it.
like, no, it's a little muggy. It's a little humid. But, I mean, yeah. I think with drinking, it probably would have been terrible, though.
Yeah. So my recommendation is if anyone plans on going, make sure you hydrate first and pee.
Yeah,
Go to
for
the bathroom.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't hydrate too much to where you got to pee a lot, because it took like 2.5 hours
Yeah.
just to do the casual tour of it. And again, if you got to pee, you got to go all the way back to the beginning, and then
Yeah.
you miss whatever because they don't pause and wait for you.
Mm-mm.
Dude, I didn't have to. I made it
know.
all the way through. Didn't have to go to the bathroom at all.
I know. I was very proud of you.
Other people did, not me.
Yeah, hydrate because it gets hot in there. Holy cow. We did do just the general tour. We didn't pay for the RIP all access tour. I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, I think I'm all right without doing it. I mean, it came with a free shirt, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't really wear, novelty T-shirts too much.
I would have worn it, but I don't know. I think you get more of your money's worth with the normal tickets than the RIP, especially based off the people in our group.
Yeah, their feedback when they came back from it every single time.
Yeah.
A couple of them even gave up halfway through, like, nah, I'm not doing any extra. I'll just stay with the group.
Yeah, that one guy seemed kind of annoyed by the end.
Not like tired, not exhausted because it was so much work.
I spent money on this, really.
He did not seem happy.
Yeah.
Which could have been just him.
It could have been, yeah.
And that one other guy that quit, but.
And obviously, we've heard stories of people that loved it. So, like,
absolutely.
But
there were stairs involved, and I have those at home. I'm all right.
So the general tickets right now run about $50, and then for the RIP All Access, it's $100 per ticket.
Something like that.
I think so. It's pretty steep. It was a lot cheaper when we looked into it a few years ago. But the thing about it that's weird is the RIP and the general admission ticket people all go on the same tour.
There's just parts where the RIP people break off and see an extra room.
Yeah. It's literally like, okay, the general guys wait here, RIP, go in that door, and then come out when you're done. And so that's why we said, like, you could see people's faces because they'd go on for like 3 seconds and then come out and be like, really, I paid an extra $50 for that?
Yeah, and I mean, they probably would have had a little bit more excitement for it if there was a tour guide in each one of those rooms. But
Yeah.
he stood outside of them and he explained what was in those rooms to them. The last like 2 rooms, he did stay out there with them, so I don't know if he explained everything more in depth with them.
Yeah.
But again, the two guys, they came back like, nah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do all that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's very up to individual people what you're into. Because, like, one of the things is you get to go in the basement if you get the
you
RIP.
get to see that pentagram. You get to see
Yeah.
where they had the seance where allegedly the kid died.
Yeah.
One of them is Zak Bagans dolls, like all the haunted dolls he collected. There's a room where that's what it is, like an extra $150 or something.
Yeah.
But in the hallway and literally in that first room, waiting all those spaces, there was tons of haunted dolls. That was enough. I don't think Zak Bagans' special collection. I mean, for me, it's all right. My grandma had hella dolls too. They were probably all haunted. I was all right.
Yeah.
I don't need to see them.
I agree.
I don't remember what the other rooms are. I'm trying to, you know, track back
Right?
through it.
That's what I mean. Like, it's hard to because that's another thing about it is it is so much information thrown at you at once, but also like not enough information.
Yeah.
Like, everything was so grazed over.
So the really cool part is like the tour guide, he was dope. Like
Yeah,
he had
our
a
tour guide
very
was great.
animated personality for it. He
Yeah.
was very excellent for the job, right? But a lot of what it is theatric. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like an amusement park, the whole thing. So like you said, the heat, the air conditioning, all that stuff, the
Yeah.
smells, all of it is meant to be kind of like an amusement ride
Mm-hmm.
that you pace through with the tour guide. So they have all the dancing, carnival figures in that first room and in the lobby, all the TVs where you get to hear all these stories. So it kind of gets you a little bit more involved and a little bit more invested in what you're seeing. But yeah, basically it's a walk along haunted amusement park
Yeah.
with no real rides unless you go up and down those stairs. And, I opted out of that again. Not going to pay to do it. I got stairs at home.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, you're good. I just lost my train
I
of
felt
thought.
like I took the wind out of your sails.
No, because I thought you were going to say more. But yeah, our tour guide was amazing. I wish I remembered his name. I don't.
I want to call him Sean because he just looked like Sean.
He did look like a Sean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if it was advertised as like a spooky paranormal attraction like that, great. Like, I know what I'm in for. That's dope. But because it is like literally advertised as a museum, come see this haunted stuff, I expected more of like an art museum vibe where you can like read the little plaque of this is what this is what happened. You know what I mean? I think the museum could do so much better if they restructured it like that. Even if it is still like you have 10 minutes in this room, do what you want to do, read the stuff, whatever. I think it would be more enjoyable for me at least if you could actually like take time learning what the objects are. Whereas at least our tour, it was kind of like, here's a scary painting, here's a mirror, here's a just
Anybody
very
who wants to look in the mirror, go ahead. Anybody who doesn't, we're going. And then if you were the last one, he's like, "Hey man, come on." And I'm like, "God damn,
yeah. It was very rushed,
golly, man, I didn't even get a look." And he's like, "Yeah, but everyone else is done." And I'm like, yeah,
right?
nothing came and talked to me, man. I was waiting.
Slow them
He's
down.
Like, yeah. That's not gonna happen. We got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like that, very rushed. For 2.5 hours, it was very rushed, which I
Yeah.
get. Like there was a lot to see, and we still feel rushed. Like I understand, but the only room they really let you stay and explore and read and do all that stuff was the serial killer exhibit.
Yeah.
That was really the only one.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, take your time. If you want to sleep in here, go ahead. We lost plenty of people in here. You want to become part of the exhibit? And I was like, no, dude, I'm ready, like, just to read and go. They had people's toenails, so that was pretty gross.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of information at once getting thrown at you, but like not in-depth information at all. I feel like we missed out on so much stuff. Like some stuff in the room that wasn't even talked about.
Yeah, there was a lot in a lot of different rooms. I mean, I feel like we missed out on a lot in the hallways.
Yeah.
The connecting pieces. There was a lot of stuff, whether it was just bought at fucking, like Goodwill, collected at yard sales, stuff like that. Like it could have been nothing, but could have still been, some cool stories to it. Maybe there were
Right?
some hauntings. There's spend more time.
Even just a second to like stop and take it in.
Yeah.
You mentioned afterwards when we were talking about it, the Ripleys, believe it or not, in Newport, Oregon.
Oh,
How
yeah.
if they did it more like that, it would be like amazing.
Yeah, something like that. Make it a little bit easier. I mean,
Yeah.
I even thought about like the Mob Museum.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier.
So obviously the Mob Museum has a huge influx of people too, just like Zak Bagans does. Mob Museum obviously has a little bit different layout and structure, but you can still, get people through if you do. Again, those timers. It's got to
Yeah.
be timers to have those
Something.
select times for all the different shows.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why wouldn't you just take? Yeah, it's wild. But that's my preference. My
Yeah,
personal
mine too.
preference. But whatever.
And of course that's gonna differ for everybody. Like I saw some reviews of people saying it just looks like an antique shop. Like why would I want to go there?
Yeah.
Which yeah, but that's why I wanted to go there was the antique shop of it all that the haunted old objects.
Yeah, none of that was for sale though. That's wild.
Yeah, none of it. But let's get into some of the rooms.
Let's get into it.
So, like we kind of touched on, when you first enter, you walk in the door, you turn left, and it opens up to probably the largest room on the tour.
The most spacious, yeah. One
Yeah.
of them. Well, I mean, probably not The Dybbuk box room was the biggest one. It just had that in the
Oh, in
middle
the
of the
middle.
damn room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I think, my favorite room, honestly. It's, again, covered floor to ceiling, every single spot in
Dolls,
old haunted stuff.
carnival
Yeah.
things, little trinkets.
There
Yeah.
was a 3D house of some haunted house, like a Barbie doll house, like a
Yeah.
big Barbie doll house, but it
Giant
was
dollhouse.
specific to a haunted house. All sorts of old carnival stuff, and this is what I mean by it was too much information. Like, you can't retain anything because it's so much thrown at you so fast. But it was a really cool room. There was like an old pipe
She could
organ.
remember anything about it.
I know. I just remember like none of the other rooms had me completely entranced like that room.
Yeah.
So everybody gathers in that room. The RIP people go off to another room for a few minutes and then
That's
come
where
back.
they get to see all Zach's dolls.
Yeah. That's kind of the room where they give you all the background information on the house.
An overview, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's really it, right?
Yeah, then they told me turn around and go out the other door.
Yeah.
And, then
And we
took us down
did.
the hallway, yeah.
And then that room, that one freaked me out. That one, I think, was the only room I had a real paranormal experience in.
What was it?
So it was set up like a church, and I think they called it the funeral parlor.
Oh, is that the one where I had to sit down?
It was set up like church pews, but it was just folding chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had an audio playing the whole time of the exorcism of Annalise Michelle,
Yeah.
who inspired
The
the
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yes. She inspired that her story inspired that movie. Oh, that room was creepy. There was like painted glass windows, the music playing the whole time. Like they did the ambiance well.
That's where I first noticed all the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Turning on the vents and then the scent boxes. I was like, ooh, those are pretty nice.
Yeah, I didn't notice that yet.
And I think that's where that kid was like, hey, fucker, knock it off.
Yeah. But that room was weird. They turned on a TV and Zak Bagans talked a little bit, basically just said what I just said about Annalise Michelle inspiring the movie.
Yeah, the exorcism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then the tour guide was like, okay, the RIP people crawl through that hole in the wall. And I don't even remember what was in there. Do you?
No.
But
no, I don't.
They crawled in there and then all of us just sat there. And
We got to see like it had the little kit for the exorcism.
Yeah.
And I think they got to go see like the dead body or something. I don't know what it was, honestly.
Something, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so we just sat there. Nobody talked.
It was nice though, because that was the air conditioned room. So
It was the one cold room.
yeah, the coldest room. It was nice and chilly.
Yeah. Yeah. Annalise Michelle underwent 67 Catholic exorcisms in the year leading up to her death. And so, I don't know. They played the real audio from one of those exorcisms, and that was really freaky.
They did. That was pretty cool.
And while we were sitting there waiting, I felt like pressure on my neck. Kind of like somebody was trying to push my head down, but like from my neck, not my head. And it started hurting. And then once we left, it stopped. But that was the most I experienced the whole time.
And it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
I did not do it.
No. That was all I experienced. And then we left. And I don't remember where we went next.
The hallway. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Because that's one thing that's like fun about it. It feels like you're going nowhere, but then you're seeing so much. Like a fun house. Like you don't know where you're going or where you are or what's going on. It's very disorienting.
It really is, especially when I'm telling you, I was trying to check so much out and I kept getting ushered along and I'm like, man, I'm trying to look at this. And he's like, yeah, we ain't got time for that. I'm like, you don't.
Yeah.
If you leave me here, I have quite a while.
Right? Otherwise, we're just going to go stand in that room and wait. Like,
I'll
give me a
go
second.
join the next group and then the group after that. I take a while in museums, but believe me.
And that's probably part of it is we are such museum people. So like I was really hoping it would be more of a museum, but I can understand for people that don't like museums, they probably love the quickness of everything.
Yeah, hurry along, let's go, which I do for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But some stuff, what the hell is that, man?
You're right.
I'm a very inquisitive fella.
You are. At some point, we found ourselves in a room with Bela Lugosi's mirror.
Did we now?
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not going to go super in depth into any of this stuff because we're a paranormal podcast. We're going to cover it all at some point. So this is just like quick. This is some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi was a Hungarian-American actor best known for playing Count Dracula in the 1931 Dracula movie.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah, me either, because they didn't tell us that.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh, shit.
They just said he was an actor.
Oh, man.
He apparently used this mirror as a scrying mirror. And scrying is a form of divination that uses a reflective surface
Oh yeah, that's the room we went in next.
Yeah, with the big mirror.
Yeah, where he kicked me out when I didn't get to see nothing. I was trying to talk to my mom.
Yeah.
I was. I said that.
I love you.
I love you.
But you can use scrying to get answers or see the future. You might know it best as like crystal balls. When people use crystal
Oh
balls,
yeah.
that's what they're doing is they're scrying. Basically, we went into a big room and he pointed and was like, "That's a mirror. The actor was killed or died of heart attack in front of it or something."
Behind that curtain, there's a mirror.
No, that wasn't even. That's the wrong mirror. I think
Oh.
it was the big one.
Maybe.
But he was like,
Allegedly.
"That's a mirror. That's a painting. That's a statue," and like then that was the end of it.
Oh
And
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end, yeah, and then at the end, he was like, "But if anyone wants to look in the mirror behind this curtain," which I think was a different mirror than the one we're talking about,
yeah.
because that was like a magician's or something.
Yeah, he was like that. That right there is Adolf Hitler's painting. And then he jumped
Yeah.
right over that to
Yeah,
the mirror.
and
He's
we're like, "Wait, go back!"
We're like,
And
hold
he's
on,
like,
what?
"No
And he's
time."
like, no, you can't look at it, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it was a painting that Adolf Hitler owned, and then like somebody put a sword through it trying to find
Yeah,
documents
slashed
behind it.
Yeah.
So
the
it was still
Nazis did.
slashed. Yeah. And there are plaques next to some of the stuff, but they're so distorted you can't read
Yeah, they're
them.
blurry as shit. Like somebody took a picture of them on their 1995
Yeah.
fucking camera, and then tried to print them at Walmart
And blow
in
them up.
2025.
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
Yeah. So that room, they did leave us alone for a little bit, but it was literally, if you want to stare at this mirror that's behind the curtain, get in a line and then you could look at it. And we got in line and it was literally like people would look, walk away. Like no, we stared the longest and then we got yelled at to hurry up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were there for a moment, and he's like, "All right, come on, everyone else is done." And I was like, "Man, I should have gone first."
Yeah.
And
It was
they'd
like a
been
solid 2
"Hurry up!"
breaths.
And I'm like, "Nah, we got 2 hours, dude."
Yeah. So I guess that's really my biggest qualm is like I wanted to be there longer.
A little bit more of an experience.
Now, one of the paintings that were there, I was so freaked out but excited about. They have a crying boy painting.
Yeah, they do.
But again, this was one of my first like red flags of wow, they're not sharing much information. They said this is a crying boy painting. It's rumored that people die who own these paintings and then they moved on.
He said a little bit more about it, but yeah, it wasn't much.
But they completely skipped like the firefighter's brother who didn't believe the rumors and then brought it home. They skipped the fact that it was like covered in newspapers all over London, I think.
I think so.
Like they didn't talk about any of that. It was just very like brief. So if you don't know any of the stuff going into it, like you're not going to understand how insane it is that you're standing in front of this scary ass painting. You're just like, "Oh, it's a painting."
The biggest thing he covered to kind of get the shock and awe was saying that the owner who owned this one, like he covered some of the lore about people who owned it dying.
Yeah.
But said the previous owner of that specific painting also died after taking possession of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that.
And that's pretty much it before it became possession of theirs. It was in a room with multiple other things, and again, one of the things was briefly covered.
Yeah.
It was like, here's the quick lore. All right, moving on. Here we go.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and research all of this stuff then because I want to know what we saw. And now I can't find any of the stuff that we saw. So, yeah, I don't know. You just have to be ready to take it all in.
Take somebody who has like a very detailed memory, like somebody who they can remember every little detail. Take them. They'll tell you after.
Do it. And then a new like area that they just did, they have Bobby Mackey's, which not the whole bar.
A lot of the bar, though.
A lot of the bar, yeah. It looks like
part of the actual bar.
But Bobby Mackey's
that one chick's chair
is a super famously haunted bar that was just torn down last year. And Zak Bagans like immediately went out and was like, "Well, I'll just take all of this then." But it looks like the bar. It's crazy. And yeah, there's a chair that's supposed to be haunted because it was like the previous owner's wife that passed away and that's where she always sat or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see.
It was pretty cool to see. Like they had their menu. They had a lot of different. He covered a lot of details in there. I wish I remembered some of it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much at all.
Yeah, me either. But that was one room that was very well explained.
A lot of what I remember is he kept saying people passed out in that room a few times.
Yeah.
And then we went into the room right behind where we got to see the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that one in my notes.
Yeah, there was a car, something that had to do with it. Some car in the back room. And I was supposed to be VIP, I think, but I opened that door.
Yeah, something like that. And then, yeah, I don't know, that whole little hallway thing was so fast. And it had like the stairs or something, right? That you could go touch the stairs.
Maybe.
Or a railing or something.
The railing, yeah.
Yeah. They also have the Devil's Rocking Chair, which is the chair used in the exorcism of David Glatzel, who was an 11-year-old boy whose case inspired the third Conjuring movie.
Oh, yeah, I remember that room now.
Yeah.
It had that little door that opened.
That one was terrifying because it was in the middle of the room. There was the rocking chair. Behind it was apparently a trap door that sprang open on its own, like on command. It wasn't like a spooky thing, but it sprang open, and then I think the RIP people went inside it, right? The room that the door opened.
Presumably.
I think.
Oh, yeah, they were allowed to go touch the rocking chair or something like that.
Yeah,
they couldn't sit in it, but they can, go behind that on a wall, touch stuff.
And then in the corner of the room was like the mascot that they were originally supposed to use in The Conjuring 3. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Was that the right room? Yeah, that was scary. I guess they didn't end up using it, but it was like this terrifying demon thing that's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, big overlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
It was super weird. And then there's Peggy the doll.
Oh, yeah, Peggy.
She's one of the world's most haunted dolls. She's even kept behind like frosted glass until they push a button and it unfrosts so you can see her.
Yeah, and she has that little the spirit box to try and talk to people live on command. Oh, that's what the other haunted room was.
Yeah.
A spirit box they got to go hang out with and see.
Yeah, in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that first. So the RIP thing, when they went in the basement, there's a spirit box down there, I guess, that's just always playing. Our tour guide told us that sometimes it'll call out people's names, call them out by name. But the people in our group that went down, they came back up, and he was like, did anything weird happen? And everyone was like, nope. And he was like, it didn't say anybody's name. And they're like, nope. And then the tour guide was like, did it talk at all? And they're like, nope. Like they seemed so
very
upset.
Frustrated, like nothing happened. And that was the only room, because that was the first RIP section, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
No, the haunted doll was.
Yeah.
But that was the one that a lot of people have heard about, so they wanted to spend the most amount of time, and they really did. They spent so much time down there, and
they were
came
down there
up.
a while.
Yeah, they were pretty angry. It didn't make any noises.
Yeah.
Just went.
That's when I was for real like, oh, I'm glad we didn't pay the extra money. Because like I said, some people have had crazy experiences. Hearing it say your name, I would shit my pants.
Especially mine.
Yeah.
That'd be wild. What the fuck? How do you know?
But not getting that experience, I would be pretty upset. But I know like you can't control the ghosts, but that's the reason people pay to go on it, is because everyone knows what's in the basement, you know?
Yeah.
Back to Peggy the doll. Peggy the doll also has a spirit box, and you're supposed to be able to communicate with her.
Allegedly.
So they unfrost the glass, and you're supposed to be able to talk to her through the spirit box. And the guy was like, do you want to hear what her nickname for me? Our tour guide?
Yeah.
Nothing. Dead silence.
He tried for like a solid 2 minutes.
He gave it some good effort just talking to this doll.
He's like, you're not going to do it today? I'm not going to taunt you, but you're not going to do it? Silly. No. He tried everything besides cussing at her, calling her out her name, because you could tell he was
very
a little
polite.
Scared.
I liked it, yeah. I said he was very polite to her.
Yeah,
I liked
he was
that.
respectful, but he's like, come on, you... Yeah, no, not going to do it.
Oh, you silly little Sally.
And then apparently she calls him, like, weenie head or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Like weenie butt, something silly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Completely dead silence, which I can't lie, I kind of liked, because I think if every single room was like, oh my God, that's so scary that it talked, I would be like, I think we're scammed.
I would think I was being possessed.
Oh.
Like, I guess I'm fucking interacting every room up now.
Yeah.
Tell people, you guys got to wait out there. You wait out here. I got to see who's fucking setting off all these things.
Like when you accidentally set off a metal detector, everyone go through it by yourself.
Every single one of the fucking security alarms at every store with those boots.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Is it my left or my right boot?
Yeah.
I had to narrow it down.
Peggy the doll is typically, when you hear stories of this museum, she's the doll that people have the most experiences with. Like, you're not supposed to look her in the eyes. People get super sick. People get angry. All the things. But allegedly. But most of the stories are tied back to Peggy the doll. And if I remember right, they used to let her be free, right? But she started moving by herself, and so they put her in a cage.
I think that's what he said, was she would move on her own. Like, they wouldn't be able to find her.
Yeah, something like that. So I was a little sad that we didn't really, like, she didn't talk to us or anything, but I was okay with it.
Not me. I was pretty upset. I even tried my best Hank Hill voice.
Yeah.
Dang it, Peggy.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then he was like, okay, this is a really small room. We had a pretty large group. It was like 10 people. And he was like, we have to turn around to watch the TV at the back of the room. So if you guys want to file in with Peggy so that we can all fit and see the TV. And you and I were at the front. So we had to go in with Peggy. And we literally had our back to the doll. That was scary, but nothing happened.
Nothing.
People get their hair pulled or their shirts tugged or like their hand grabbed. And there's nobody around to do it.
I left my hand wide open and nobody touched me.
Yeah, I was
Not even my
fully
wife.
expecting. I had, I had little space buns, and I was fully expecting to feel a tug or something behind me. Nope, nothing.
All right. What was next on our haunted tour?
They have the Demon House staircase.
Yeah, I saw
the the infamous haunted house in Gary, Indiana. We
that.
just
Well, it
watched.
was there.
It was in Gary, Indiana. Now it's in Zak Bagans Museum.
Well, it's also they have an exact replica in Russia
Oh, really?
of the town of Gary, Indiana.
Oh,
Not just the house.
why?
The entire town of Gary, Indiana. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, I saw something about that on the intranet the other day. There's an entire town of Gary, Indiana. Like, it looks the exact same
We're gonna have to cover
in
that.
Russia. Yeah,
That's
it's
a
wild.
whole.
I don't know if I want to cover that.
Yeah, that's fair, but that's a whole conspiracy theory on its own.
Allegedly.
Jesus.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with him.
Okay. Anyway, so if you've never heard of the Demon House, it's this very, very haunted house. The family that lived there had a horrible experience. Zak Bagans ended up getting his hands on it. He bought it, and then basically just all of this horrible stuff was happening. A little boy was possessed and was like seen by social workers walking backwards up the wall in a hospital. Like there were witnesses.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that kept happening. So they tore the house down. Zak Bagans took the staircase to his museum. It's in there. You can see it. There's
And the dirt.
Yeah, there's dirt from the basement. That if I remember right, there was rumors of a body being buried in the basement or something.
Yeah.
So they took the dirt. I don't know. The vibes in that room were weird, but I experienced nothing.
I didn't experience anything in any room. So
I
anybody
know.
who's listening, hoping to hear my experience, it was just I didn't get to see enough.
Yeah.
I was not possessed. Nothing happened. I didn't feel nothing. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No.
But it's cool to see
I saw some stuff really quickly.
very quickly. It's almost felt as if like when you're riding in a car and you're trying to look out the side window and you're like trying to focus your eyes on something, but everything's going by so fast. That's kind of what it feels like.
At some point, there was a guy that was sitting in there that drilled his nose too.
Yeah, that was weird.
So again, on the amusement park part,
Yeah.
does that guy sit there all day?
And just do it every time a tour group comes through? I don't know.
He's there 7 days a week,
But
12
this
hours
guy-
a day.
Yeah, it was like a circus room. And this guy for real took like a 9-inch drill and just drilled it into his
The
nose.
drill bit up his nose into his brain cavity. He said he's like the only one in the world who can do it, and he did it.
Yeah. that was
I was
one
like,
of the
What is this haunted about? And then
Yeah.
he's like, in here, there's a polar bear wagon or something. Who has R.I.P.?
that was yeah.
I'm like, I don't need a hot dog, my guy. I'm all right. Where are we going?
But that was the room where they turned on a heater for sure, as he was telling the story of the circus that burned down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it was. So that's why he was like the carny guy, like look at the weird shit I can do. But yeah, it felt very off.
It was pretty cool. I mean, to each his own, but
Yeah.
it was just, it was weird. It was different.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those like wake you up moments, like are you paying attention? Because this is different than the rest, you know?
Yeah, but you forgot about it, huh? But it's not in there.
No, it isn't here.
Oh, okay. Was that what was next?
It was actually.
Fuck yeah, I got it in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there was like the Al Capone room that had a rug that you could walk on. That
We
was
did.
actually
You
Al
had to.
Capone's rug. Yeah, you had to. But it was actually Al Capone's rug. You could see like the cigar burns, and that was weird. That was cool. It had like his vanity. Yeah. Lots of mirrors. And then bricks from the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, I think they just took those from the Mob Museum. While they
yeah.
were closed, they broke in.
Maybe. The Mob Museum, if you're into that, it does have a really great exhibit on the Valentine's Day
No, it
Massacre.
has the wall.
Yeah, it has the
Yeah.
whole wall, and it like it's a very immersive, not immersive. That feels like the wrong word, but it like they
No, it's immersive. Like it
tell the
has very
history.
loud audio.
Yeah.
Right during that part, it has the lights and the video. So that part is immersive.
yeah
and
it They tell it very well. It made me choke up a little
Yeah.
bit. And then there's the parts where they lost me. I want to preface this by saying I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm actually a fan of Zak Bagans. He did a lot for the paranormal community, and he really lurched it into the public eye, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Ghost Adventures. I loved it. I would never ghost hunt the way that he does, but I loved the show. But there are areas of his museum that are absolutely disgusting. It is 2025. We absolutely should not be romanticizing serial killers.
They do quite a bit there.
Yeah. It's one thing to talk about serial killers and honor their victims. It is another thing to basically have shrines built for those killers.
There was quite a few shrines in there, yeah.
Yeah, and he has arguably like definitive shrines for not one, not two, not three, but up to like 6 different killers.
There was at least 6, yeah, because there was Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, Richard Ramirez,
Ed Gein, Al Capone, if you count him.
Well, Ed Gein had his own room too, didn't he?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, I was just talking in that one room though.
Yeah, in one room was like
all the big ones, all your major that you hear about all over on the everywheres.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was the serial killer room, so there was different. Like it was a jail cell that had different glass cases, fucking toenail clippings. Man, that was gross.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna get into. It was one of the only rooms where our tour guide was like, just go in there and experience it. And if I remember right, it's supposed to be. He said something about like you can experience what Charles Manson's last days behind bars were like or something.
Something like that.
But it was literally just like a partition of like prison bars.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then the entire rest of the room was a shrine, wall to wall, covered in photos, letters, drawings, even ashes of some of America's most notorious serial killers.
Their final ashes, some teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. Bones. Like it was nuts. And it doesn't end there. He had Charles Manson's hair, artwork by John Wayne Gacy, even a letter from Gacy to his daughter. He had Richard Ramirez's trial wardrobe, so what he wore when he went to court.
And ashes.
He even had Ted Bundy's kill kit.
Yeah, he did.
If you're unfamiliar, a kill kit is the bag that a serial killer keeps that holds all of the stuff that he uses to do his killing. There was like a whole glass case of just Ted Bundy stuff. Like you said, I think there was like, it was his fingernail clippings.
No, it was some other guys. I don't remember which killer it was, but it was some random killer that had it was not fingernails, it was toenails. That's why I said
toenails, yeah.
Like, ugh. Fucking throw those away. Why did they even keep them in the first place?
Yeah, right? There was also DNA evidence that was used to convict killers, like scrapings from underneath their fingernails.
Yeah.
There was the clothes that somebody was wearing when they were put to death.
That was Charles Manson when he died.
Was it? Yeah.
Not when he got put to death, but yeah, his clothes that he died in, his hospital gown that he died in with the blood on it.
There was still blood on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Then there was the Ed Gein room.
There was.
In case you haven't heard of Ed Gein, he was convicted of killing 2 women, but he is most infamous for the fact that he would go to cemeteries and dig up freshly buried bodies. He would then take those bodies apart, mostly using their skin, and reconstructed a women's suit because he missed his mommy. He also took the skin of the people he dug up and used the skin to make like human lampshades, a nipple belt, all sorts of nightmarish stuff like that.
Hey, sure did.
Like he did disgusting stuff. His house was covered in human skin.
Yeah.
And Zak Bagans had an entire room dedicated to him.
Including, what was it that, was it the cauldron?
Yeah.
To drain the blood into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The room was set up to look like you were in Ed Gein's barn, which is where he would take apart the bodies. This part's going to be really graphic, so if you want to skip forward a bit, go ahead. He would take the bodies and hang them from the rafters and then place underneath a really big cauldron, like Ash was saying. And he would drain those bodies of blood and let the blood catch in the cauldron. So, the cauldron was in the middle of the room, like Ed Gein's cauldron, right there in the room. In this room that is designed to look like Ed Gein's barn. They have the shovel that Ed Gein used to dig up the dead bodies.
Yeah, they did.
And then to take it up a notch, over on one wall, they had preserved human skin. Not Ed Gein's.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with him. It was just random skin that
Yeah.
they had.
That hopefully
I didn't know
somebody,
why. It was just some guy's nipple.
yeah, some guy's nipple, for real. So hopefully
Yeah, it
somebody
had nothing to do with him.
willingly,
I'm still confused about that. Like,
yeah,
the tour guide did establish. He's like, we got some random guy's nipple on the wall. I don't know whose it is, but if you want to see leathered human skin in a
yeah.
frame, it's over there.
After he said that, I couldn't focus on anything else. Just, what the fuck do you mean?
To be fair, the one on the wall was part of a scientific medical donation. That was not
Okay, yeah,
procured
see, I
in
didn't
an
even hear that part.
obscure way. Yeah, he said it was donated. It was a medical thing. It was medical donation of leathered human skin
Good.
and
But,
some nipple. I'm like, ugh.
so, yeah, the nipple thing was wild.
Nipple and toenails. This place was wild.
But it still feels so disrespectful to the bodies that were how do you say it?
Desecrated.
Desecrated. To be like, this is what it looked like when he fucked up their skin and changed it and chopped up their bodies. That right there, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. I can understand wanting to show, like, this is what human leather skin looks like it was donated, but it could be in any other fucking room.
Well, it was in a different museum we saw.
Yeah.
The Bally's Body Museum.
Yeah, exactly. And it didn't feel
That's why it looked familiar.
gross.
No,
I mean, it
didn't.
felt gross, but it didn't feel
Macabre.
foul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can understand to an extent talking about serial killers in this type of environment if the focus was on the victims. Because we're here to talk about the paranormal and ghosts anyway, right? So
Right.
let's talk about the victims. Like, that's a very easy connection to make. I don't understand why we're focusing on the killers. That's so insane to me. Like I said, all of that I knew, and I was like, okay, well, whatever. Zak Bagans is a little weird.
She means the museum in general,
Yeah, the museum in general.
not the person.
But the real cherry on top that I learned about today is part of the RIP tour. And again, I'm very thankful that we didn't take that tour. I cannot verify that it's still part of the tour because obviously we didn't go on the RIP tour. But at least last year, it was still on it. It's an exhibit on Robert Berdella, the Kansas City butcher. Trigger warning again, because this is about to get even more graphic than what we just talked about.
I think it may have had that, yeah.
I think so. Robert Berdella kidnapped 6 young men that we know of. He tortured them for weeks, doing unimaginable things that I'm not even going to talk much about because I'm not comfortable even saying them out loud. Then he would rape them and kill them. When he would carry out the torture, he would tie his victims down to a bed. And again, this is going to be really graphic. He would take a metal pole and sodomize his victims. The Zak Bagans Museum thought it would be a good idea to not only acquire that bed, but also set up a mannequin on it as if the mannequin were a victim tied up. And with that mannequin, they placed the exact pole that was used on the victims. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
That is a spit in the face to his victims.
That's pretty gross, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I was pretty fucking heated, and we
That
had to
could-
talk about this today.
That could have been when the guy said, never mind, I'm not doing any more of this VIP.
Oh, yeah. And he said, I'm not,
Yeah, the husband, when he said, nah, fuck this.
Yeah.
And he quit doing any more of the RIPs.
One of the guys on our tour, yeah. That would make sense. That would have me back out, too.
And I remember that guy, the tour guide was talking about the Kansas City butcher.
Yeah. But hold on, that's not even all of it. Around that room, they placed actual photos of the victims that were taken by Robert Berdella as he was torturing them. I don't even have words, but it's so beyond repulsive. I'm glad that I didn't know about that before we went, because I don't know if I would have even wanted to go. And we kind of planned our whole trip around the museum.
Not the whole trip. We planned a lot of it around the museum.
The museum was why we were like, let's go to Vegas.
That was a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't care how anybody tries to spin it. That's not honoring the victims. That is disrespectful to the victims.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's foul. And if Zak Bagans, for some reason, if he ever hears this, do better. You have an amazing concept for a museum. The reason you started it was amazing. The reason you started doing paranormal stuff was amazing. There's no need to add stuff like that. But when you are trying to have this museum where you're like, no, I respect ghosts. I know I'm mean to them on TV, but I respect them. And I want to understand the afterlife and I want to all this stuff. Why the fuck are you disrespecting dead people like that?
Shouldn't glorify the killers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
absolutely.
I don't hate Zak Bagans, but what the fuck is that?
Also, they have an exhibit for fucking Dr. Kevorkian too.
Dr. Death.
Dr. Death, as they put him. But yeah, Dr. Kevorkian, he helped with the euthanization and some other dark shit.
Yeah.
They also had a Dybbuk box, in case you guys didn't hear. I've mentioned it like 5 times.
I forgot to put that in my notes. Okay,
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to get to it. I've said it like 6 times, though.
that's a whole thing on its own. So the Dybbuk box, I can't believe I didn't put it in my notes. Oh my gosh. So it's this Jewish wine cabinet. It's like pretty small, like the size of my chest. That sounds weird, like the size of my torso. And basically, it's supposed to hold this Jewish demon, right? And they lock it in there, and there's all this paranormal stuff that happens. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Like I said, we'll cover it. But apparently, the reason it's famous is because in like 2011, it was posted on eBay for sale, and the guy posted the whole story, all of the bad paranormal shit that happened. And then in 2021, the guy posted on the internet and said, yeah, no, I made all that up just to sell it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know for sure. Like I said, I didn't have much time to cover any of that. But I did see for sure reported several times that he said that. Not 100% fact checked that it really was him. But it has been reported a lot that he came forward and was interviewed and said, I made it all up.
They're saying, I mean, I don't know. When we were in that room, they say that a lot of other stuff happened since the original owner of the Dybbuk box. And
Post Malone, remember, was haunted in there.
yeah. So, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't feel anything throughout the whole museum except for a little frustration that I couldn't read no bullshit that I wanted to read.
Yeah.
That I got ushered so quickly and swiftly out of every room. That was the only thing I felt. Other than that, it was all right.
Yeah.
Some would even rate it a solid 4 out of 10.
Like I said a week ago, I think I would have given it like a solid 7 or 8. Now, yeah, I think I'd agree. Probably a good 4.
Yeah, even before, not even taking all the glorifying and romanticizing serial killers and murderers into account, just taking the whole overall experience, like the potential could be a lot greater.
It could be so good.
As far as what we were able to do. Again, I'm an inquisitive fella. I want to know a little bit more. I kind of want to see some of the exhibits that you have, especially if you took all your time to collect it. So, I mean, and put it on display. For me, there's so much potential. The way that I was ushered through so quickly, I know it's a 2.5 hour guided experience or whatever, but it still felt like it was way too quickly through anything besides a couple of the standing rooms.
Yeah.
Other than that, like other people, they may feel a lot of energies in a lot of different ways. I didn't get that. I was intrigued, but again, it was a lot of money to just kind of see some stuff real quickly. So again, I'm 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of different museums. I paid a lot less for some free.
Yeah.
For some haunted shit, but I mean, yeah, it was all right.
That's fair. That's a good point.
It was very okay.
Very okay. Basically, yeah, just everything he said, I agree with. I think if tickets were cheaper, like $20, I'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. I wasted $20.
That might even throw it up to a 5.
Yeah, but $50
honestly,
a pop for
even
that?
at $20, like it was all right.
Yeah.
If I would have had like a haunted museum, a haunted like experience, or like somebody would have pushed me or something, even if it was a person. I've been to the haunted houses, the full contact ones.
They did try to scare you, remember?
Yeah, they threw me in a freezer.
No, Zak Bagans, the guy came up behind you and tried to scare you.
Oh yeah, they did try to scare me. It wasn't very scary though.
Yeah, he just like honked a horn or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. He was, either way. 4.2? Because you did that?
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think you can see that the intentions are there. The like opportunity is there. It's just not. It needs to be restructured. There's too much, not enough time. Something.
Give me my own private tour. Me and my wife. Let's go. Let's see if it's actually all it's cracked up to be. You might go from a 4.2 to a 6.
Yeah, we want the Post Malone tour.
I want the Post Malone tour. You might get like a 7.
But
yeah, I can't pre-rate you. I don't know what the fuck is going to be in that.
They do also offer the flashlight tours, which I thought meant you get like not really free reign, but they like let you tour it at night and you
No, it's the same shit, just
it's
lights off
literally
and
the exact
with a
same
flashlight.
stuff. You just use a flashlight. So I was like, well, that
Then I get to
was
see even less for more money? Fuck
yeah. I was
that.
like, that was the only reason I was even considering
Can
going
I use my
back.
phone flashlight with the camera on?
Maybe.
That's the only way.
But yeah, that's our hot take on the Zak Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas,
Nevada.
Nevada.
So if you've ever been to the Zak Bagans Haunted Museum and you were possessed or, bullied by a ghost or, felt some type of way, holler at your boy and your girl, your people, your hosts, you know what I'm saying? Let us know. We got a TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, and a Gmail. You can find us at anxiousatbedtimepodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
The world can be, I guess, a scary place when you might get possessed in a random building with air conditioning, heating, and a lot of theatrics. Maybe some possessions that could be haunted, but I mean, we were fine, so we're probably fine.
We're probably fine.
No, we're definitely fine.
You know who's not fine though? All of those victims that are being disrespected.